Hello, welcome to the Novus Orbis combo-based deck building roguelike game. The game is out on Steam as early access right now. If you guys interested, go check out the game. The link is in the description. So, there was a patch on Saturday, March 1st, 2025, so 0.1.3 update, blessings, cards, and new mini bosses. And I also kind of forgot to mention the previous update as well, so we're gonna go over that at the same time as well. So it's gonna take a while, so keep that in mind. So I've been playing lots of different demos for the Steam Next Fest. So there's a lot of different demos, like a new updated version of the game as well. So yeah, I've been trying to play lots of different games lately. So yeah, that's why I couldn't play Novus Orbis for a while. And also I've been trying to get 100k score achievement for the Novus Orbis as well. It's kind of hard to get that one, but I do have an idea how to get it. Unfortunately, you have to get really lucky in the early game in order to do that. So I've been trying, but I just couldn't pull it off yet. So yeah, I'm gonna try it again. That's for sure. Anyway, let's get on with the patch notes. So the main dish for this update is a new mini boss for Hell La Flesher. Now each stage has two mini bosses. With it, there's also addition of Gajitachi, a buffier version of the beast in the first level. Gajitachi, is that under like an abyss or hell? I don't know. I can't remember. So I'm also adding two new simple blessing and two new cards for the warrior if I wanna get those and find out what they do. And as always, a lot of changes and bug fixes. Thank you for everyone playing and reporting bugs. The game is definitely not without issues, but with your help, it's getting cleaner and cleaner. Remember, if you're enjoying the game, a positive review really helps a lot. So I'm guessing this is a Rafflesia, the new mini boss for the hell. So new mini boss is gonna appear on the fourth stage. So we have two new blessings, two new cards for the warrior, two new enemies. Unfortunately, the patch note doesn't say anything about what this blessing and the new card does. So I guess we just have to find it. Okay. So I'm guessing one of this is gonna be just a regular card, and I'm guessing this one is gonna be equipment card, maybe. Okay, a couple of changes here. So I'm gonna go over this as fast as possible, but it's still gonna take a while. So keep that in mind. The changes, you won't find duplicate of the same Grim Lord anymore. This should make the Academic Graduate achievement more easily obtainable. Okay. Center of gravity cost increased to 4.2 from 3.1. That's for the mage, I guess. Distraction, I think this one was not sure if this one is the mage. Now gives 3 boosts instead of 2, so that one got bugged. Deflect now lets you also discard 1 card to your deck, but cost increased to 1.0 to 0.0. Overflow cost increased to 5.3 from 5.2. The overflow, that might be a mage card, I don't know. I can't remember. Concrete barrier can be not found only starting from level 2. That's probably a mage card as well. I don't know. Only equipment cost decreased to 1 from 2 and now has a swift ability. So I think this one was the equipment card that lets you reduce the cost of equipment card, but it costs 2. So unless you have very high cost equipment card, it wasn't really worth taking this card. So now the cost is decreased to 1, and it also has a swift ability as well, so it doesn't reduce the countdown. So it's actually now a buyable option. So that's really nice. So Shield Bash got nerfed. I mean, I kind of knew this was coming. Yeah, this card is really strong card. So yeah, you unlock this card by completing the challenge 4 difficulty for the warrior, I think. And it's really strong card because you can stun enemy with this card. And if you stun enemy, you can bypass enemy's action even for the boss as well. So you can kind of skip some of a difficult boss phase with this weapon. Not the weapon, this card. So it was kind of strong. So now cost is 9.3 instead of 4.2. So in order to use this card, you gotta get the combo. Otherwise you just can't use it. I mean, there is a couple of ways still that you can use it, but it's much difficult to use this card now. I mean, it doesn't seem like the effect got changed, so you can still stun the enemies with it. So, oh well, you can still use it, but the cost got increased a lot. So Blessing Hard Bones now reduce damage by 10% instead of 25%. So Hard Bones Blessing, I think is the one that you take less damage if you don't have any block. So 10% instead of 25%. That is a big nerf. Yeah, this blessing can save you sometimes if you don't have any block. So I mean, that is a huge nerf. Don't know if I agree with that. Maybe reduced it to like 20%, maybe. But 10% is a huge nerf. So raise Jakro's initial block to 75 to balance the recent nerf. Now to permit armor sales. Okay. Okay, so Necrosphere. That is the second level, the new bosses they introduced to the game. This guy was a bit too strong, so it's getting nerfed. The Necrosphere will start with 1 reactive poison and increase by 1 at every turn, capped at 5. So this guy used to start with 5 reactive poison. So the reactive poison is the passive with this boss that when you deal damage that you get poisoned. So getting 5 poison for like 1 hit was a bit of an issue. So this boss kind of forces you to use less card because of the reactive poison, and you cannot use the multiple hit on this boss, because if you do that, you're gonna get tons of poison on you. So you kind of want to like avoid playing multiple hit card for this boss. And also this boss had cooldown like 4 countdown, which was really short. So it was a bit of issue. So now the countdown is increased to 5 from 4, so it's more manageable, I guess. So I think that is really good nerf. Yeah, this boss was just way too annoying to deal with, but you can still deal with it. It's just way too annoying. So you had to spend your card or energy or action, whatever you call it, in order to reduce the damage or avoid damage. Because this guy reacts really fast. It had like a 4 countdown, so it was kind of hard to react to it. So I'm glad this got nerfed. The enemy decreased the HP for the first form of the Pawn's Monarch. I think the first form used to have 1000 HP. Not sure how much they decreased, but I guess we'll find out. The mirror door fixing won't appear anymore in the first level. Oh, that is a big nerf. Man, I don't like this one. Why though? I think that has to do with the bug. Yeah. The mirror door fixing is the one that lets you go back to the previous floor, basically. So that was really good. If you can find the mirror door fixie with the elite, you can actually get another blessing if you can manage to beat the elite. So there was a couple of really good options that you can do with the mirror door fixie. So I'm kind of sad that this is not gonna happen on the first level anymore. Oh well. Okay, a couple of bug fixes here. So a fixed Yellow Flame not working. I didn't realize it wasn't working, so I'm glad they fixed it. Big Shield Throw card not showing ×3 in green combo. The change made to Life Essence enemy were badly implemented, causing issues with its intent. Fix the issue. I think this one is the one for the maze. Tend to fix for bug that could make an enemy appear without its intent. That happened to me a couple of times, so yeah, so I'm glad this one got fixed. The fix to the Blessing Nothingness introduced a new bug where cost would flicker. So the cost goes like 0 to 1, 0 to 3. It keeps changing, so I wasn't sure how much it actually cost, so that was a bit of issue. So I'm glad that got fixed as well. Now the blessing should be working as expected. The recent change to permanent armor series made it so center of gravity card would only remove half block from the enemies with permanent armor. It should fix. So I think this card is supposed to remove all the armor. So fix the fact that you could use Control and Shift to show combo version of card while having the menu open, which could lock the game in showing combo state. Fix the bug that will allow you to reroll the shop too quickly, causing you to sometimes lock the shop open at the same time of a fight. Fix the fact Blessing Deep Air could set enemies cooldown to 10. The max cooldown is 9. So that was a bit of a bug. So fix the fact that Agile Observer event could be found more than once for run when it wasn't supposed to. The Agile Observer is the one with the slime that has a 10 dot that you can find in like a first level. I think sometimes you can find it in the second level as well, but usually I got this event in the first level. So now you can find it more than once for run. So yeah, I think this one has to do with the mirror door fixie. Yeah, maybe that's causing that issue, so that's why they removed it. Fix the issue that would prevent you from discarding or burning card if you draw paper airplane or slime with a card that lets you draw and discard or burn. Okay, so that's it for this patch. So let's take a look at the previous patch. So I kind of missed this patch. I knew something was changed, but I didn't realize there was a patch. So 0.1.2 updates, so a couple of changes of blessings. So Gracious moved to the strong blessing pool. A couple of card changes here. So this one, yes. So I was talking about this during my gameplay. So I was like, why the permanent armor not getting the permanent armor? So that was actually patched. Okay. The permanent armor, both for player and enemies, will now remove half block point. Instead of leaving block intact, the setup used to work well when enemies decide their action only one turn before attacking, making it possible for some bosses to react to the player having too much armor. But as the game is structured now, I realized that having permanent armor would be a sure way to never take damage. I hope this change will balance things out. So maybe change the name as well, right? You're saying permanent armor, but then you remove the half block point. Doesn't sound like a permanent armor anymore, you know? Yeah, I get it why they wanted to change it, because it was kind of too strong. If you get the adamant armor card, it gives you permanent armor status. But still, Life Essence will now get the core second phase will now have a countdown of 10, not 8, not 10, 8 instead of 5. But we'll also gain hasters. We move to cooldown at each card using it 1. Okay, so that's why that happened on my Challenge 5 Warrior run. So I think that had to do with the difficulty, but that's not it. There was a patch. So it's going to happen every time now. This is a change that I made to avoid abusing countdown of cards while keeping the amount of playable cards before it attacks roughly the same. Is it really abuse though? Countdown up? I mean, that's like one of the builds that you can sort of do. If you get enough countdown of cards, you can sort of like force enemy to never take their turn. But in order to do that, you gotta get the right card and you gotta get the right blessing at the same time. So I don't know if you can call that abusing. It's kind of one of the builds that you can sort of do, but it's kind of hard to pull it off. So nerfing that, I don't know. I mean, they didn't change any of the cards or blessings. I guess you can still do it. You just can't do it with this boss and the Pawn's Monarch. The boss has a haste. I don't know how I feel about that, but still. You can now exit the menu in the game both by using, okay, that's fine. The point level man, that's fine as well. Fix a couple of bugs here as well. Okay, I think so I'm not gonna read all of this. Okay, a couple of bugs that I didn't realize, but I'm glad they fixed it. Anyway, I think that's gotta be it for this patch notes, so let's move on to the game. And yeah, I'll be right back. Hold please. So I was able to find the 2 blessings and 1 card they added to the game with this patch. So this is the Heart Attractor. You will find more healing portal fixes. So now they are adding modifier for the portal fixes as well with the blessings. So that's nice. So Spikes Repellent is you will find less damaging portal fixes. So this one's not bad either. And this one is a new card, the Shez. Deal 0 damage to the target enemy, then discard 1 card to your deck, retreat 1, Swift. And this is the Lifesteal Strike. This is the one that you unlock with the Warrior Challenge 5. Deal damage to target enemy, heal for all HP damage dealt. And this is the Monarch skill. Sometimes you can get this by beating the Pawn's Monarch. It's a very strong card. It's like the first time. I think it's like a second time that I got this. So I just wanted to showcase what this is. So you do have some reason to beat the Pawn's Monarch as well. There's a second stomach is the blessing that you get with the beating the Pawn's Monarch before going into the boss area. So it's not a bad blessing. It's not a bad blessing. Okay, it's a time for the Rafflesia fight. So this is the new mini boss they added with this patch. The Gachitachi and the Rafflesia. So Gachitachi is basically like a summoned minion for the Rafflesia. And you can encounter this on the fourth area, the Hell. So Gachitachi, this enemy has a 3 evasion, has a 10 life drain. The thing is, I haven't really found like attack pattern for the Gachitachi. They just apply the buff on the Rafflesia and they just die. So I think the idea is you just kill Gachitachi before they apply too much buff on the Rafflesia, and Rafflesia summons Gachitachi and also deals damage as well as the poison on you, and that's about it. So The boss itself is not that tough, but they might be much more difficult on the higher difficulty. And this one was in the lower difficulty because I was just trying to find the new blessing and new card they added to the game. So unfortunately, as you can see right now, my HP is at 1 because I've been trying to use the monster scale and the stem card in order to double my HP a lot. And unfortunately, I had to do that before the elite fight. So I had to be really careful not to take any damage in this fight. As you can see, my HP is so high. As long as I get some healing proc with my pen, I'm okay. So I'm trying to see whether I want to use the monster cell again, and I'm just trying to see what they actually do in the fight. So that's what I'm just that's why I'm just delaying stuff right now. So I use the ignite here. So as you can see, they just explode, and then they just apply the buff on the Rafflesia. So now Rafflesia is getting some haste buff and the strength buff. And they just keep doing that. And so I was thinking like, why does Gachitachi has a life drain if they are not going to attack at all? So I was kind of confused by that. So maybe they are not supposed to do that, I don't know. But so I encountered Rafflesia like 2 times, but they just always just apply the buff on the Rafflesia. They just don't attack. So what is the point of having life drain on them? I don't know. Maybe there's a bug. Maybe that's not how they're supposed to fight. I'm not sure. So as you can see now, I actually got a 10 like a poison debuff on me, but it doesn't matter because I have so much health. So I'm trying to slow down and see what this guy is going to do. Okay, speed up the fight and end the turn, I think. Yeah, it's weird. The Gachitachi has the evasion, that's fine, but the life drain, why do they have life drain if they are not going to attack at all? That one is quite confusing to me. So I'm trying to pass my turn again, to see what they're going to do. And also, you still get the blood from the Gachitachi as well, so you can sort of farm a bit of blood with the Rafflesia fight. But at this point, you shouldn't need blood because you are at the last area for this version anyway. And that's about it. That's about it for the Rafflesia fight. Not too tough, but it might be more difficult on the harder difficulty, so keep that in mind. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Okay, so finally I got the 5000 damage achievement. So the answer was the shield throw. So deal 5514 damage to target enemy equal to 3 times your current block, lose all block point. So I only have 295 block, but I have 34 strength and also multiply that by the great strength. So I actually deal 5000 damage. So let's see if this actually works. Yes! I got it. Okay, finally got the 100k score achievement done. So my end score is 149k. So I'm really happy about that. It took really long time to get this one. So difficulty multiplier, as you can see, is 0.9. So I actually got this on the easy difficulty. So the higher the difficulty is, the more multiplier you are going to get. So the normal difficulty will give you 1.0 multiplier. The highest difficulty, which is challenge 5, will give you 1.5 multiplier. So theoretically, you can get much more high score on the highest difficulty, but most of the time you are going to struggle just to beat the game on the highest difficulty. So your overall score will be much lower compared to the easier difficulty. So keep that in mind. You have to get lucky. Okay, let's talk about each score just a bit. So max HP, 773, not bad, but not my best either. So you can get max HP up to 9,999. It's possible to do that, but you have to get lucky. So you either have to use the Mimic exploit, which I explained in my earlier video, or you have to get it in the normal way, which is to get the Monster Cell card from the Mimic mini-boss, which doubles your max HP, but you can only use it once. So how do you get to 9,999 if you can only use it once? Well, the answer is you have to get the After Image Blessing, which copies the card at the start of combat, and also you can get the Stamped Equipment card, which copies an item when you use the equipment card. So you use After Image Blessing or the Stamp card to copy your Monster Cell card, which doubles your max HP. So you basically just double it and double it again and again. Then eventually you can get to 9,999. But keep that in mind, you have to get lucky, you have to get the Monster Cell, you also have to get the After Image and the Stamp Equipment card. If you have all three together, and if you get it in the early game, you can actually get to 9,999 pretty quickly. But if you get too late, you can't really scale fast enough to get the 9,999. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, total damage dealt and highest hit. So that's single target damage basically. So I was able to get this done with the Shield Throw card. The Shield Throw card removes all your block, but based on your block remove, you deal 2 times damage or 3 times damage if you use it with a combo. So that is really strong combo. However, you can add damage and add more multiply on top of that. So you can get the block up to 999 times 3 with a combo, and then you add strength as a damage, and you also add extra damage with the Death Crown equipment. So Death Crown equipment, the lower your health is, the more damage you are going to deal. So you can add more damage with that as well. And also with the Great Strength multiplier, you add more damage on top of that. And with the Inflict debuff on the enemy takes double damage. And with the Black Flame Blessing, if your attack card costs 0, double damage. So double damage on top of Inflict, double damage again on top of 999 times 3 with the Strength, with the Death Crown, with the Great Strength multiplier. Combining all that together, yeah, I was able to deal this much damage. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. It's not easy to pull this off, so keep that in mind. You have to all of this combo together in order to pull it off. There is a way to reduce your SP cost on your attack card, so it's not impossible to get this done. But you have to have the blessing, and you have to have all this card all together in your deck in order to pull this off. So keep that in mind. And the overkill, this is the one that you can sort of like exploit. There are a couple of enemies that summons the other enemy, and some enemy will stop summoning at some point, but some enemy will just keep going infinitely, so you can sort of like exploit that to get the high score. Some enemy will scale as they summon enemies, so at some point you have to stop, but some enemy doesn't scale at all, so you can just keep going until you are satisfied, so keep that in mind. So I could have got more score with this as well, but I kind of had to stop because I was kind of running out of time. So no hit combat, pretty basic. Mini boss defeated times 7. My highest score is actually 9, but it's now much difficult to get the 9 score because they removed the Mirror Pixie on the first stage. So basically, if you got the Mirror Pixie on the first stage at the Elite fight, you can fight extra mini boss. But now they removed the Mirror Pixie, so it's really hard to get the highest score up to like 9. 7 or 8 is probably going to be your best for now. So boss defeated, blessing obtained, victory lost. Yeah. So that was really good one. So I don't have to go for the high score achievement anymore, so I'm really happy about that. I didn't find the cherry picking card, unfortunately. I've been trying to find the card. I wanted to know what that new card is. I think that card is for the warrior, so I will probably do a couple more runs with the warrior, hoping to find this cherry picking card. And after that, I think I'm gonna go back and play the mage. I did try the mage a couple more times, but still I'm not really a fan of mage. I think mage needs a bit of buff or rework. I know a couple of mage cards got buffed or got nerfed in the recent patch as well. It's just that the way that you have to play mage is just much more difficult compared to the warrior. Warrior is much more direct, it's easier to understand, it's easy to play. You just play your equipment card, get lots of buff, and try to get some like a combo and your deck with the card together. It's simple. The warrior is kind of simple. With the mage, you have to keep in mind with the elemental charges, and you have to, unless your card is with the combo, it's really hard to use your card without the combo. So you gotta make your deck very balanced, otherwise you are going to struggle. Ah well, maybe I'll figure this out. I don't know, but I will try mage again at some point, so keep that in mind. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you. Bye.